Deftronics is the annual Defense, Aerospace, Electronics and Internal Security and Semiconductor Seminar Awards held in association with IESA and NASSCOM. That's today and tomorrow. The effort is to grow the ESDM industry. IESA with NASSCOM have come together under the Deftronics umbrella to provide a boost to the aerospace and defense sectors. Since morning, you all have been witnessing panelists, keynote addressing by various speakers, various debates, sharing discussion over various issues that defense, internal security, and aerospace electronics have been facing all these while. In this regard, this evening, IESA brings to you, in association with NASSCOM, Deftronics Awards. I extend a warm welcome to all of you present here, and I extend a warm welcome to our dignitaries, our chief guests and special guests of this evening to kindly come on to the dais. Honorable Minister, IT and BT and Tourism, Government of Karnataka, Shri Priyank Kharge. I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Kindly come on to the dais and take your seat. Distinguished Professor ISRO and former CEO and Managing Director of Brahmos Aerospace, Dr. A. Shivathanupillai. I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Kindly come on to the dais. And I request the Vice President and Managing Director, India Design Center, Rambus Chip Technologies India Private Limited, and Chairman IESA, Mr. K. Krishnamurthy, to kindly come on to the dais. I request Mr. Krishnamurthy to hand over the bouquet to the Honorable Minister and extend a warm welcome to him to this evening. A hearty welcome to you, sir. And I request Mr. K. Krishnamurthy to welcome Dr. A. Shivathanupillai by handing over this bouquet to him. An introduction to Deftronics 2016 Awards by Mr. K. Krishnamurthy, Chairman IESA. I request you to kindly introduce us to this 2016 Deftronics.
Good evening to all of you, and thank you for being present for this important event of Deftronics, the awards event. As I mentioned briefly today morning, when we started putting together the program for the Deftronics 2016, I must give credit to the Secretariat team of Vidya, Venki, and all others to come up with a suggestion that yes, as a part of our Vision Summit, we recognize the industry in toto, but can we have a sector-specific, vertical-specific award which will recognize companies who are in the field of defense, aerospace, and internal security? And I immediately said yes, because having worked in a defense PSU for almost 2 decades and have seen some of the struggles that a company in an industry that invests in defense and aerospace segment, how difficult the life is for them compared to someone who is developing an Android apps today. It's a completely different ball game. It's a completely different world altogether. The time for success, the gestation period before the product can be said to be acceptable to the customer, which is Ministry of Defense or one of the services. And even in aerospace, and particularly in space programs, it becomes that much more difficult because the qualification process, availability of components, availability of the certification mechanisms in the country, I would say every one of them is evolving. It's not that it does not exist, it does exist, but it's still in the process of evolution. So it is into this, cauldron that these companies decide to step in and say that, okay, I will make an investment, I will stay put there for 5, 7, 9, 10 years before they can really say, yes, we got the first purchase order or the first successful product which I could sell in India or sell it abroad. So it's a true recognition for those who have weathered the storm, if I can use that word, in the context of defense and aerospace. It's not an easy walk. And we also decided, as the Executive Council of IESA, of course in consultation with NASSCOM, that that we will also identify and honor an outstanding scientist or outstanding personality who has made a significant difference or who is continuing to make a significant difference in this vertical of defense, aerospace, and internal security. So the overall, this award, I would say, is a recognition and celebration time for those companies, those persons who, as I said earlier, weathered the storm, rode the rough, and came out successful in catering to the industry opportunities in defense, aerospace, and internal security. There were a quite good number of applicants. There were a good number of companies who were referred by others. I forgot the number. The final count was something like in excess of 100. Oh, I didn't know that it crossed a three-digit mark. So it made a century. And out of that, to select 5 or 6 winners was not an easy job. We had a jury of eminent industrialists who went through the applications, sifted through the metrics of what will qualify, and then selected these winners. And I will come back later to announce the winners and present the award. But the context of the award is what I wanted to state here. And it has been, we talk about startup ecosystem. I think we are talking about startup ecosystem today, but I think in the defense and aerospace, probably it started many years ago. Because considering the fact that many of these technologies are core technologies which are not available across the spectrum of industries, many of the prime contractors in this country, namely the DPSUs, had the mechanism of what they used to call in those days as subcontractors. So these are small units. They will probably make a nut or a bolt or a small part, a mechanical part, a sheet metal part, a casting, forging kind of things. But over a period of time, after the liberalization particularly, and after the 30% offset clause came in as a part of the DPP, Defense Purchase Policy, the industry started sensing that, okay, now if I put money, if I make the investment in the right place, and if I am able to identify the correct opportunity for converting that DPP 30% business into a product or a service, there is a lot to be gained, not only monetarily, but this is long-term business. The other characteristics of this vertical is that it's a long-term game. Unlike what we will be doing in a software industry today, or even in let's say automotive for that matter, the turnaround time for a new technology to come in is typically 5 years, 7 years. The life cycle of an automobile never exceeds 10 years these days. Maybe 5, 6, 7 is more realistic. Whereas when you go into core technologies in strategic electronics, the life cycle of a product is in excess of 15 years. So it's not only a challenge for you to absorb the technology, produce a product, and then supply spares and provide maintenance for that long a period. These companies and these industries need to be totally committed. So this award is also a recognition for that commitment that many of these companies have shown and stayed put there to reach this point of success. So that's the perspective I wanted to give you as far as the award is concerned. I'll come back later to talk specifically about the winners and present the awards. Thank you very much.